Want to have a cozy, collected home that tells your story? Well, I'm going to show you what I bought on my recent picking trip and how I achieve exactly that in my own home. Well, at least I think it's cozy. Hi, I'm Lori Bryan of Lori B. Chic Designs, formerly of Chic Antiques, which was my vintage home decor business that I had for over 25 years. So now here I am showing you exactly what I learned about creating a cozy home and a business that people kept returning to. Howard and I love to turn garage selling basically into an experience. And we did just that just a few weeks ago. So the first thing I'm going to show you that I bought while we were out and about is this mirror. Let me grab it. Ugh, it's heavy. Okay, I'm just going to show you the frame here because it is super heavy and super big, but I wanted to show you the detail. It is carved, and I think the glass is probably a replacement because this is, I know it's French and I know it's at least 100 years old, but I think older than that. I paid $20 for it, which is crazy. And the reason I know it's old, I'm going to show you the back. Can you see that? The wood slats and such. So this is the back of it. Anyway, so you can tell how old it is just by that. And it's from the 1890s to the 1900s, somewhere in there. So it's a good 120 years old. And like I said, I paid just $20 for it at a garage sale. You can't buy lunch hardly for $20 anymore, right? So this big old heavy mirror that deserves a place of honor. As soon as I find that, I'm going to show it to you. But this is exactly why I called my online community that we kind of dive a little deeper into these kinds of things. I called it Vintage Edge Collective because buying vintage gives you such an edge. You could sell this too. If you found something similar like this, you could sell this for hundreds of dollars, at least $200 to $400, I think. So again, the vintage stuff gives you such an edge in creating a home that's collected and cozy and uniquely yours, and also gives you that same edge in your business and making money. So something else I bought at that exact same garage sale was this caddy. She told me it was handmade, and it looks like it. And she also told me it's probably, again, at least 100 years old. And originally, people made these for their silverware. And I think it's still a great use for these guys. You can put them on your buffet table with your silverware and napkins. Take it outside if you're having a barbecue. You put your condiments and such in that. You can put it in your office as an organizer or your craft room. Lots of uses, and it's got the warmth of the wood, which you're gonna see I'm really attracted to. You're gonna catch on to that because I bought a lot of wood stuff. I don't think you can get anything that screams cozy or collected more than a vintage handcrafted piece. Another thing I look for is small tables because, let's face it, you can kind of plunk those anywhere and they're super useful. You put a plant on them or whatever. But this one I found on that same road trip. I thought it was adorable, and it's from that same era. This, right around the turn of that last century, around the 1900s. I love the detail on it. I mean, it's everywhere, and some of it's kind of chipped off, but I don't care. It's called character, and it's at least 100 years old. So if you were 100 years old, you'd be a little dinged up too, right? So that's kind of what I want you to ask yourself when you are out garage selling or thrifting or whatever, don't buy it just because you think you should buy it. After you ask yourself, do I love this? And does it fit the overall look I'm really kind of going for? Whether it's inventory for a business or your own home. Staying with that exact same era, I found this book of poetry by Tennyson, and I loved the colors, the patina, and the gold edged pages. I thought it was exactly the color scheme I'm going for. I didn't know I was going for a late 1800s look, but see, sometimes you don't even know what you're attracted to. Another thing that I find myself super gravitating toward always is brass. And I know brass is having its moment again. It had its moment, I don't know how long ago was that, probably 30 years ago. I'm glad it's back though, because it adds a lot of warmth to your room. We've got all this wood now, so we need a little zhuzhing up, right? Oh, I didn't tell you how much I paid for the book. It was $8. I found 3 brass pieces, actually 4. I'll show you the other one in a sec. I love this picture. These were all at the same garage, so look at the detail on that. So that's kind of what I'm drawn to. I like something with a little something to it. A little bougie, right? 2 other pieces I found at that same garage sale. This one's got the etchings on it. I thought that was super pretty, and it gave it a little something too. This one was clean lined and that, but it still had a great shape to it. So if you ask me, I saved the best for last. I found this vintage walker. That's what this is. It's a walker for a child. Can you imagine putting your baby in this thing? I'm sure somebody put their baby in this thing. Maybe a few babies. I think from what I can tell by looking it up, it's from around the 1920s. But what I loved about it when I saw it, it caught my eye like immediately, was the worn wood and the metal and these cute little wheels on it. I just thought it was just adorable. And as soon as I saw it, I thought, planter. I found it at one of those garage sales where there was a lot of tensile set up, so there were a lot of vendors. And I grabbed this. It was $25, I think 20 or 25. And I was like, oh my gosh, I absolutely love this. And the vendor across from this booth said, what in the world would you do with that? And I said, planter. And he's like, why didn't I think of that? So I really want to encourage you to see things for what they could be, not what they are. So let me show you what I saw in my head when I saw this walker. I saw a fern. Now, this is a fake fern, obviously. Not a very good fake fern. I bought it online and I thought it looked better than it does. Actually, this is the second year I've had it and it did not store well. But anyway, I think, can you kind of see what I saw? I will find a better fern for this. I might put a real one in here, actually. Yeah, I think when the weather turns, I have some really nice real ferns out on my porch. I think one of those will go in here. And that's exactly what I mean by having a home that tells your story. Think outside the box a bit, get creative, and your home is gonna be cozy, collected, and uniquely yours. I appreciate you spending some time with me. And if you'd like to spend more time with me, like I said, I do have an online community, the Vintage Edge Collective, where we talk about all things vintage, home decor, styling our home decor, And we even delve into business a bit because, yeah, it's the same thing. Styling your home, merchandising your business, it's all the same thing. So if you enjoyed being here, I hope you'll consider subscribing. I've got some DIYs coming up. I've got a lot more road trips and styling tips and tricks for you. And I'll leave the link to that Vintage Edge Collective down in the description if you'd like a little one-on-one help and to hang out with some like-minded people. Thanks again, you guys. We'll see you next time.